60-second science. I'm Suzanne Bard. Blood donations save lives, but blood can only be stored under refrigeration for up to 6 weeks. After that, it's no longer usable for transfusions.
Because of that limitation, people have to continually donate blood to meet the needs, but also in places where refrigeration may not be available. That can also be a challenge. It's difficult to have blood available when needed.
University of Louisville bioengineer Jonathan Kopacek. He says disruptions to regular blood donations due to COVID-19 have put stress on the blood supply, and the pandemic underscores the need for more reliable long-term storage methods. Blood can be frozen for extended periods of time,
but it's pretty rare because of all the challenges and complexities with that process.
Instead, Kopacek's team has developed a method of preserving blood so it can be stored in a dehydrated state at room temperature. To do so, they turn to an unusual preservative, a sugar called trehalose, which is a common ingredient in donuts.
To help make them look fresh even when they might be months old, and you wouldn't know the difference.
The researchers chose trehalose because in nature, it's made by hardy animals like tardigrades and sea monkeys, aka brine shrimp, famous for their ability to survive dehydration.
So these animals can dry out completely for a long period of time and then be rehydrated and resume normal function. So we wanted to use the trehalose that's produced by these organisms and apply that to preserving blood cells in a dried state, just like those organisms are.
But first, the researchers had to get trehalose into blood cells. They used ultrasound to drill temporary holes in the cell membranes, which let some trehalose get in.
And they need to have sufficient levels of trehalose on both the inside and the outside of the cell in order to survive the dehydration and rehydration process.
At that point, the blood could be dried and made into a powder.
And then we can rehydrate the blood and have it return back to normal.
The team is still trying to improve yields, but thinks the dried blood could be stored at room temperature for years. The study is in the journal Biomicrofluidics. Kopacek says the technique could be ready for clinical trials in 3 to 5 years. If successful, it could be used to create stores of dried blood in case of future pandemics or natural disasters, and for humanitarian aid work, military operations, or even missions to Mars. Navy first aid kits on the red planet will include dried red blood cells.
这边在讲说，因为就是 pandemic 的关系，所以造成说疫情造成血液的供量一直增加血液供量的压力，然后呢，他们就要想办法说要储存血液，然后他们就想到说能不能把血变成干燥的，然后像是 powder 那个粉一样，这样子想要用的时候再拿出来，这样子也可以储存很多年。
OK， 那个就是因为缺血，所以他们就去找一些可能替代方案，让血可以再更好的运用。然后他讲到说，他马上要用一个不知道是什么东西到血里面，然后让血可以变干燥，然后要用的时候再让它比较看口语表达能力不好，对，让它比较湿，然后就可以用。然后目的就是为了让它能够保存比较久。